What's good, everybody? It's Jonah coming at you on a video. So this video I'm extremely excited to do because this one is a very interesting topic, and I'm extremely excited to do this one because this topic sounds contradictory. It sounds backwards at first, right? I'm sure if you're reading the title, you can read the title and you'll probably scratch your head at why the title is the way it is. But I promise you, there's reasons to it. It makes sense when you dive deeper into it and explain it. So the title of this video is that you can be great even if you aren't good. Once again, it sounds backwards, sounds contradictory, but hear me out. Now, before I jump in, I just want to say I do apologize if you hear background noise. There's essentially some construction happening right outside my window that I can't control. However, I'm not going to let that slow down the progress here on YouTube, right? Because I want to keep delivering you guys value. So, jumping right in, you can be great even if you aren't good. I'm gonna say it again. You can be great even if you aren't good, if you are willing to serve enough people, because greatness is the ability to serve the masses. Now, let me give you guys an example to help illustrate this. Now, I'll use a chain restaurant. This restaurant is called Raising Cane's, right? So if you're from the United States, you've definitely heard of Raising Cane's before. If you're not, it's effectively a restaurant that sells primarily chicken tenders and french fries, right? If you're going to the restaurant, that is effectively what you're gonna get. You can get chicken tenders with french fries, and they have like some toast that you can also get in coleslaw, but that's pretty much the entire menu, right? There's not many more options than that. And yet they have been able to grow into a nationwide chain here in the United States. Now, the funny part about Raising Cane's, and the reason why I use them as an example, is because very few people will ever say that the chicken and the french fries are exceptional, right? Most people will typically say if they eat the chicken tenders and the fries by themselves, most people will consider the chicken tenders and the fries to actually be mediocre, right? It is the Raising Cane sauce itself, their signature sauce, that is what propels the chicken tenders and the fries to new heights. And that's why there's a craze over that restaurant. There's an obsession over the restaurant because of the sauce. And like, there's people on social media, even on TikTok, for example, that you know how you can get like a large soda at like a fast food place. Instead of getting soda in the large container, they'll fill it up with sauce, right? And they'll pay like $10 or whatever to have it completely filled with sauce. That's how crazy people are over the sauce. But it is insane to wrap your head around that a restaurant that they primarily sell chicken tenders and fries, that is pretty much 90% of their menu, that they actually serve mediocre food. Because most people, when they go to a restaurant, they go to a restaurant for the food, right? But yet it's the sauce that is the main event that attracts people. So I say this because, tying it back to today's video, you can be great even if you aren't good, right? I can go on YouTube right now or anywhere online and search for a recipe for chicken tenders and fries, and I can find a recipe from a home cook, any home cook, and I guarantee you that the chicken tenders and the fries that I'll make following the recipe will end up being better than the chicken tenders and the fries from that restaurant. Guaranteed. And yet that restaurant was still able to succeed and do very well because of their signature sauce, right? A sauce that, I guess, I'm sure it's a lot easier to find it now, right? But when it was first a thing, everyone went crazy for it because you couldn't get it anywhere else, right? So everyone was just obsessed with the sauce. So they went to the restaurant to just put sauce on everything, right? This is exactly what I mean. They are not like the chicken tenders, the fries that they offer. You can get better chicken tenders and fries virtually anywhere, right? They probably taste to the level and maybe the quality probably slightly better than like movie theater chicken tenders and fries, right? Like it's on par. Like you can go to a restaurant and get better chicken tenders and fries than you would from Raising Cane's, and they're pretty much a chicken tender restaurant. So you would think that would have to be the star of the show, and yet it's not. And yet right now, as we speak, Raising Cane's is, well, it's $1 billion company, and it's in multiple, states. It's all across the United States, and I'm sure they have international locations as well. And I'm positive that they don't have any sort of plans to adjust their menu because that is their focus. That is what they sell. If you want chicken tenders and french fries, you're going to go there, right? And To me, they're the perfect example to help illustrate this, that you can still be great even if you aren't good, if you are willing to serve enough people. Because they're a billion dollar company, they have locations all across the United States and plenty of other places around the world, right? Clearly, they serve millions of people each and every day. That's how their business was able to grow and expand and effectively explode, because people love their sauce pretty much, right? Like their sauce pairs well with the food, but it's like, it's not that their food is particularly exceptional. It's the sauce that everyone loves, that once put on the food, it tastes really good, right? So you can see how many people can label the food and Raising Cane's as not being very good, or for them not actually being very good, and yet they're still able to be great because they've grown into effectively an international company, because they were able to serve the masses. They serve so many people all the time, right? Like if you were to just compare Raising Cane's and just Chick-fil-A, for example, right? Like just the food itself, right? For most people, they would say it's not even a competition, because Chick-fil-A's food is a lot better than Raising Cane, right? But this is how it is, right? You don't have to be the absolute best at everything, right? You can be mediocre at some things and maybe be pretty good at something else. But as long as you are helping or assisting other people or fulfilling the needs of other people, of the masses, then you can still be great in this world. You don't have to always be the best, right? Like for another example, in sports, right? There's obviously going to be the superstars on each and every team that that are like the captains of the team, that are like the best of the best. But you can just be a role player. You can just be someone that specializes in defense, or someone that specializes in offense, but you're just not as good as a star player. And guess what? You can still be a Hall of Famer. You can still end up in the Hall of Fame. You can still be remembered as one of the all-time greats at your sports, at what you did, because you did what you needed to do. You fulfilled your role, right? Some people will say that, oh, if an athlete is only a defender, then they're not very good at the sport because they can't score, right? But they can still end up being a Hall of Famer and an all-time great, even if they're not very good in the eyes of other people, right? This is how it works. If I use myself as an example, I like to think I'm pretty good at doing these videos, right? At coming up with different ideas and topics to talk about. Because for me, usually once I have like a title for a video, that's my idea. And then I can just build on that idea as I, record the video. Now, by no means am I a tech expert. I never formally learned or was trained on how to use cameras. Like I have a shotgun mic attached to my camera. But aside from that, I haven't really learned much about cameras and like the settings with cameras and all these things. And so maybe the quality of my videos aren't the best. Maybe the audio could be better optimized or could be better improved. Maybe I could be better in all these areas. Maybe, right? Maybe I'm just not very good at all these other areas. But one thing I do know how to do is push the record button and start speaking, right? And just giving my thoughts and elaborating on an idea and providing value to you, because my goal is to help other people and my goal is to push humanity forward, right? I know how to push record and talk into the camera to do a video, because I've been doing this for well over a year. So now it's second nature to me. So I may not be great at other things, or I may not be very good at the technical side, but as long as I continue forth with my videos and my videos are helping other people, then I can still be great. There's plenty of people out there who they can have horrible, quality video, horrible audio. It almost be as if like someone just grabbed the iPhone, press record, but they're like a grandpa when it comes to technology and they don't know what they're doing. And yet, if they share an important message that's actually going to help people, then people are going to appreciate that. People are going to see them as someone that is exceptional, because they're providing value, because they're helping push the world forward. They're helping other people. So this is what you need to remember all the time, that you can be great even if you aren't very good. There's people out there who they would literally record their journey of them learning something new, learning a skill, improving at a sport, whatever, and they may never make it to the pros, or they may never fully learn that skill, or they may never even be good at that thing. But them showcasing their journey, it was them showcasing their trials and tribulations, their successes and their failures. It was them showcasing their true side, their honesty, their authenticity. And in the eyes of other people, that's greatness, because they're able to establish a genuine connection with that person or with their audience, right? Or maybe they were just providing guidance to other people, right? There's so many ways that you can be great even if you aren't very good at something. And that is as long as your focus is to serve other people. As long as you understand that the goal is just to help other people, to either help solve their problems or help deliver them happiness or whatever it is, right? Because each and every person is actively seeking happiness. That's what we're all looking for. That's what we're all in search for, because this is what this life existence is all about. And so if I can help just one person, then I've done my job, right? It does, like, too many times people worry about all these other variables that aren't important. It's like, who cares if you aren't very good, right? Anyone who's good at anything at some point started off not being very good at it. Why? Because we all started off as babies not knowing anything. So the information that we learned in life was all acquired knowledge, right? Because we had to learn throughout our life journey. We weren't born with knowledge about the world. If we all start off as babies, we all start off as a clean slate. So all the information that's learned is acquired, right? So I want you to just put things in perspective, right? It doesn't matter if you aren't very good at something. You can still end up being great if you help enough people or if you serve enough people. I don't have to be the greatest YouTuber or the greatest content creator for me to still leave my mark and help impact the world and help make the world a better place, right? I don't need to be a tech guru, a tech genius to do that. I don't need to be the greatest content creator. I can just do what I can, speaking from the heart and speaking on topics and things that are important to me. And I know that in due time, there's going to be someone out there who is passionate about the things that I talk about, is passionate about self-development and improvement and wanting to get better and wanting to tap into their power as a creator, that they'll come across my channel and appreciate what it is that I do, right? That's going to happen. And so I want you to have that same confidence and that same belief in yourself too, right? You can be great. You are great, right? The reason why I say you can be great is because I know you're already great, because you were born with greatness within you, right? So even if you're not very good at something, you think, right? It's like, who cares, right? There's always gonna be someone that isn't good at something. There's always gonna be someone out there that's better than you at something. That's how the cookie crumbles, right? There's 8 billion people on the planet, right? You can compare yourself to someone that's doing better than you at any area of your life, right? And you pull your hair out going crazy thinking you're not good enough, but you are good enough, right? You are great, and you can be great at whatever it is that you decide to do, as long as you decide to help the masses, as long as you decide to help enough people, then you can be great, right? And this is with everyone and with everything, right? There's always going to be people that have varying levels of knowledge, of information on different topics, right? There's obviously some doctors out there that are much better doctors than some other doctors, right? But there's some doctors that probably aren't as great as some more exceptional doctors, but they're seen as being great because they've helped enough people, right? Like, this is how it all works. This is for all areas. There's some restaurants out there that aren't very good. Like, some people will go to Dunkin' Donuts and think that Dunkin' Donuts is not very good because the quality of the coffee is horrible compared to mom and pop shops, compared to other coffee chains, right? But yet Dunkin' Donuts can still be great and still be seen as a great company, a great coffee company and donut company, whatever, because they serve the masses, because they are an international brand, and typically they're the more price sensitive option for people, right? So they might not have the best quality, or for a lot of people they might not be very good whatsoever, but it's still $1 billion chain for that reason, because they serve enough people. So I want you to have trust and belief in yourself. Doesn't matter if you aren't very good. It doesn't matter if you think you have these limitations. It doesn't matter. Any of that stuff does not matter. Just completely take it out of your mind. Just accept that you are great right now, and that you can in fact be great as long as you are helping enough people, right? You want to first and foremost check up on yourself and worry about yourself, that you're good, that you're doing that that you're happy, that emotionally and spiritually you're in a good place. And then from that point on, have your focus be to serve other people, because that is how you are able to achieve, greatness, at least in the eyes of other people. And it's how you're able to make your mark, by making a difference in the lives of other people. That is what your focus will eventually become. So I know it sounds backwards. I know it sounds strange to say that you can be great even if you aren't very good, but that is the reality of it. That is the truth, right? There's always going to be a need somewhere, right? And you don't have to be the best at something to help fulfill that need that a lot of other people out there in the world have, right? So always remember that, and always trust in yourself, and always move forward and put one foot in front of the other, right? You can be great even if you aren't good. For that rest of the video, enjoy the video, do leave a like and subscribe as you're on the road to many subscribers, guys. So once again, it's Joel, and I'm out. I'll see you guys for the next video.